Hello, guys. Hello, welcome back to another informative and interesting video. My name is Natalie McLeod. I am the founder of Empowering Abuse Victims Ministry. I am an advocate and motivator, and I am a victim of child abuse. Do remember, guys, to follow on Facebook and YouTube at Empowering Abuse Victims Ministry. And of course, follow me on Instagram at Natalie_Taurus. Do remember, guys, leave a like on the video, leave a comment, share the video if you find it interesting. And to follow us on Facebook, hit that follow button so you'll be notified whenever I put out a video. Also, to follow us on YouTube, subscribe and hit that post notification bell right beside the subscribe button. So today, guys, I'm going to be talking to you, all right, on, child abuse. I'm going to be continuing as a part 2 video. And child abuse, remember, let us look out for our children. All right, the month of April, we're in the month of April, and the month of April is celebrated as Child Abuse Prevention Month. All right, guys, bear that in mind. So, guys, I'm just gonna share, a bit more in depth, with you on this child abuse, guys. All right, so I'm gonna be talking to you a bit about the treatment and the prevention and the benefits and such the like. All right, where child abuse is concerned. All right, so guys, follow me in this video and we are going to be talking about this. All right, so treatment for child abuse, guys, and neglect, it does help children to deal with the results of abusive behavior towards them. Also, child abuse and neglect can have both emotional and physical symptoms, which I have stated in the first video, all right, that each require their own kind of treatment. Very important, guys. So their main types for abuse, as I said, it include physical, it include emotional, it include sexual abuse, and it include neglect. All right, I'm going to be sharing with you in parts on each of these, all right, as we continue with the video. All right, guys. So, what is child abuse and neglect treatment? Treatment for child abuse and neglect is a type of treatment that actually helps children deal with the results of abusive behavior, as I said earlier, towards them. So, physical abuse, no. You're right? Physical abuse is when the child receives what? Physical injury that is not an accident from anyone who oversees their care. It does not have to be from a parent. It's just about from anyone who guide them or oversee them. While emotional abuse occurs when a parent or a caregiver in ways where they damage a child's sense of self-worth and their self-esteem. All right, sexual abuse is when a parent or a caregiver exposes a child to sexual behavior or they molest the child. All right, and neglect is this type of abuse, is a failure of a child or a parent or a caretaker to provide for basic needs, like, and we know what basic needs are, like food, clothing, shelter, etc., our health care. All right, they neglect the child. And emotional abuse, guys, is, when we emotionally neglect, the child, which includes, where we discount or discourage the child feelings. We make the child feel bad about themselves. Like some of us, we like to repeat and say, you're worthless. You come like your worthless papa, etc. Or where you're good for, you can't do this, such like that. Emotional abuse. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly share with you guys the risk of child abuse and neglect. All right, child abuse and neglect can have a lifelong impact on victims. Abused and neglected children are more likely to have 1. Learning delays, 2. Emotional problems, 3. Poor self-esteem, 4. Depression, 5. Health problems, 6. Sustained misuse problem, and 7. Adult criminal behavior. What are the benefits for treatment for child, abuse and neglect. Now, treatment for child abuse and neglect, what does it do? It helps to lower a risk of having learning, emotional, and social issues later in life. This benefits the child or any children they may have in the future and society overall. And you would have to, watch the first video to really get this, because I remember I said in the first video, where if we go through abuse and we do not get the help, that is required for us to help, to help us to be better individuals, we pass it over to our children, and you understand, and the cycle just keep on going. All right, very important, guys, that we get these type of treatment, because it will help to lower these risks in our children and prepare them for the future. Now, how can one recognize, child abuse, neglect? Signs of abuse and neglect may not be immediately noticeable. No. So anyone spends time with a child should watch for certain signs and symptoms. For example, sign of physical abuse would have include what? Punching, beating, kicking, biting, shaking, throwing, stabbing, choking, hitting. And so, guys, the results of these injuries is usually visible on the child. It's always that you can see it. You understand? And the child may also wear clothes, right, to cover up the injuries, like maybe long clothes or whatever, so you cannot see it. All right? So we gotta be careful, guys. Look out for these signs and symptoms. Now, these are the signs, these that I'm going to share with you now are signs that the parent may know about or be the cause that, the abuse include. Because they may be the one that, abuse the child, So when you see that they're having a hard time to explain their child injury, you want to keep an eye out on that. When they have a history of being abused as a child, or if they have abusing pets or animals, you want to look out for that, where they abuse pets or animal, or they have a history where they were abused, or talking to or about their child in a hurtful or a negative way. You want to look out for that. All right, so that's for physical. Now, emotional occurs when the parent or caregiver of a child prevents them from having positive self-worth, as I said earlier. All right, the signs are where, they're attempted suicide, extreme behavior, very passive or very active, action that seems to be too old, for their young age, of course, and lack of attachment to the parents. All right, look out for these signs. Now, these are the signs that the parent may know about the abuse, or they are the cause of it, where they have harsh rejection of the child. All right, they blame or they insult the child very frequently, or they have a lack of concern about the child problem. Now I'm sharing signs of sexual abuse, and this is where I shared earlier in the video that child, sexual abuse is when a parent or a caregiver expose a child, or they harm the child, themselves. And so signs to look out for is when they're having a hard time walking or sitting, right? They refuse to change their clothes for gym, etc. Report scary dreams or wet the bed. You know more about sex or sexual behavior than they should, or when they run away, or when they attach quickly to adults or strangers. And now I'm going to share with you now signs that the parents may be the cause or they know about it. All right. Look out when they're being secretive and when they're isolating the child. Also when they're being overprotective, or when they're limiting their child contact with children of the other gender. Also appearing jealous or manipulative. Guys, these are serious signs. I remember living in the community that I was living before I migrated, and there was this father that was molesting his daughter, having intercourse with his daughter. He was overprotective of her. He was jealous of her. She couldn't go nowhere. You understand? Him always beating her, and he come out into a big disgrace. You understand what I'm saying? Because the child could not take it anymore, and the child spoke out about it. the child speak about it. And now I'm sharing, guys, signs of neglect. And I said that neglect is when the parent or the caregiver fails to provide, for the basic need of the child. I said it earlier. So the signs to look out for is the parent or the caregiver leaving a child. All right, guys, the child not having enough food, the child lacking medical care, the child not getting help with, special needs, the parent failing to provide for emotional need. And now I'm sharing with you signs that it is the parent who is the cause, all right, or they know about it. Carelessness, apathy concerning their child needs, misuse of alcohol or other drugs, senseless behavior, and depression or carelessness regarding their health or regarding their child or their children on a whole. And so, guys, I just want to say, in closing off of this video is that, any kind of child abuse can cause lifelong physical and emotional problems. But with the right kind of treatment, guys, the child can learn how to deal, with their past. So, guys, if you notice a problem with your child health, your child emotion or behaviors, seek treatment, guys. Seek treatment, seek help as soon as possible. If you suspect child abuse or neglect, contact your local child protective services agents or the nearest police department. Guys, leave a comment below, all right? And God bless you all. Bye for now.